Let's connect Politic Ditto.
Yo.
Peace, what's going on?
It's Bam and E.
Just that.
And welcome to Politic Ditto 8. We got a special guest up in the building today. We got my man Skip.
Harlem World.
We got old school Harlem World for y'all niggas who don't think niggas are official, alright? We got official tissue up in here, alright? We may be from Connecticut, but we got thoroughbreds in the building today.
Exactly.
Alright, Skip, anything you want to say to the people, Skip?
Good morning. How's everybody?
All right. So we're going to get into a little discussion on the second part with Skip, getting some old school stories about Harlem, let y'all, meet Skip, my man E just meeting first time Skip, been like a big brother to me, known Skip for a couple years now.
Facts.
So, but first we're going to start off with a little bit of light news. E's our news correspondent, so...
Yeah,
what we got going on today in the news?
It's a lot of things going on. We got a lot of things happening. We had another shooting.
Oh, which shooting are you talking about, E?
I mean, because there's so many.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The one is been all over the news and papers. The one in Virginia, Roanoke, Virginia, that took place with the news anchors.
Okay, so just for some background information, there's a guy by the name of Bryce Williams, which stunned me because it's my daughter's name, but his real name is Vester Flanagan.
The second.
Yes. So he worked for a news outlet, and I guess he complained about racism and stuff, and he took his frustrations out, and he shot
2 people
live at a broadcast.
On the air. Glock 19.
Yeah. So... I mean, it's kind of hard to figure out where to go with this because I've seen on news, they've been asking a lot of politicians, is there any way that you could have prevented this? And because he wasn't mentally ill or had a felony record, there's no way he could have been relieved of he could have purchased the gun regardless.
Yeah.
So now everybody's throwing, we need more mental health. But my issue is, I think everybody suffers from some sort of mental illness if you want to find it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but from his side of the view, I think he was just stressed out because he had a lawsuit going against him in 2013 that he won. That they, and then you figure he was just tired of being a poster boy of jokes, things of that nature, stress. You figure he was a gay black man. God knows what they were saying.
And
about
did you hear? One of his white bosses said. He did get made fun of because of his lifestyle, but it was like racism wasn't probably a deal because they had so many black people that were high up that were doing the joking. And
none of those black people came out and spoke. So where are these black people at? Because everybody that I've seen has been white. I mean, not to say
that's
that,
true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the one thing I will say is you're from the South. My parents from the South. Skip, your fans from the South.
Yes.
I don't think it is above black people, but at least Southern religious black people, to kind of ostracize a black man who is gay.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't seem shocking to me, like, for that white man to say that seems like it could have some truth, that the brothers or sisters is like, kind of making fun of him, making him feel a certain way because he's gay. I don't find that to be far-fetched. And then you got that on one side, and then you got on the other side, the white people, like, calling you a nigga, and then maybe, like, some black folk calling you a faggot or whatever, or maybe not even calling you a faggot, but make you feel less than.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like this, man. We as a people, we have suffered so many and so much negative and wrong stuff throughout the years, decades, right? And being a human being, people can only take so much. You can pull the lifestyle card if you want to.
Yeah.
But I believe that we as a people are tired of not getting no justice, man. And I made a point. I said, you think the Panthers was something else, man. In this society today, in the 21st century, with what's going on, I think that there's really, really a chance of a militant group, a black militant group, getting together, and they probably be worse than the Panthers, man. Because we tired.
Oh, yeah. And the new Black Panther Party is a lot more, I think a lot more scarier to these white folks because black folks aren't trying to, new Black Panther Party aren't necessarily trying to talk it out or trying to just do pro. Like dudes want to exact some type of revenge.
Because we beyond talking it out.
Well, I know one thing. I know that I know that they fear us as far as our mentality now, because we are like you don't think it's the truth, but we are technology savvy.
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
and there are things like in the 70s and the 80s that you couldn't get. And now in the 21st century, in 2015, we can get our hands on a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah. And for the record, Politic Ditto does not endorse what Bryce Williams did, and neither does Skip.
No, I don't.
But at the same time, we think that I'll speak for myself. I think that what we're trying to say is the frustration that black people say that a lot of times, you throw out the race card, needs to be a little bit more appreciated and taken
into consideration, because there's so much going on.
Yeah.
And if you look around, I mean, look how many shootings we had this year. And then you look at the situation, I don't really, I'm an alcoholic, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying?
So I think that, obviously we feel the dude didn't take it the right way. I mean, as far as shooting somebody live on TV, I think one thing I want to talk about this, I don't know if you saw, do you see on Facebook where people were like, it's fake?
Because they didn't know what was really going on, because I heard it was fake. I was at work at the time, and then I was like, nah, that can't be true. Ain't nobody gonna shoot nobody on live TV.
And that's why
you know what I was I was like, they just starting rumors. So I hit somebody up like, yo, is this, I hit you up, matter of fact. Like, yo, is this true? Because we just couldn't believe it. You know what I mean?
I think another thing I find out, people thought that, because, he did his shit real time. Like, he was on, like, recording and doing stuff, and while they're recording, like, it was like a Matrix.
Yes. He had plans to do more.
Yes.
That's the crazy thing, because he had 3 license plates, a wig, a gun. You know what I mean? He was at the airport. He was going to switch it up. It was more people he was going after. It's just that they stopped him, and then he realized he wasn't going to get away with it. He killed himself. That's crazy. Shit's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Is anything else popping in the news?
I mean, there's a lot of other things popping in. That Ashley Madison shit is crazy.
Yo.
Stay away from that, if you're doing your dirt, you can't just get hookers no more. This shit is insane.
Wow.
Because, I mean, they just put their business out there like that.
But one thing I respect the dudes who hacked them is, do you know when their points of contention was? Ashley Madison charged you, you know what Ashley Madison is?
Yes, I do. Porno.
No.
It's a website to meet women.
Ashley Madison is a website only for married people. So if you're married and you want to cheat on your wife, you go to Ashley Madison.
Yeah.
That's what it's strictly for that.
Strictly for that,
Skip.
Strictly for that.
If the audience could see Skip's face right now, you would see somebody who doesn't understand life right now.
And somebody leaked their information and put people on blast that actually use this website. Of course, you know what I mean. It's a lot of wealthy men that use this because they have the access to do this.
Well, let me get this right. This is a website for married men.
No, married people.
Married people.
Married people that want to cheat on their mate.
Exactly, Skip. That's exactly what the website is for. So now, what happened
who was it? Josh Duggar got blasted.
Right.
Messing with a hooker. And this is an actual live hook, not even a hooker, a stripper, saying that he took advantage of me. He was so rough with me. And then he's a married man. His information is out there. I want to say it's another guy from one of them what's the shows on WE? One of them.
Well, just to give reference real quick to what Eric said. He said about Josh Duggar. Josh Duggar is from the Duggar family, 18 and counting, where Josh Duggar's father has like 18 kids. They're like a Mormon. No, they're not Mormons. They're evangelical Christians.
Yes.
Okay.
And their father, they just fuck like rabbits. So like a couple weeks ago, there was a big scandal because he had molested his sisters. And, his wife stood by him.
Yeah.
And then this Ashley Madison dump, which has nothing to do with him, comes out, and they find out that his name is one of the accounts on there. And remember, he's supposed to be they're so Christianed out. It's ridiculous. I mean, that's the way they make their whole living. They sell themselves as, I'm a straight Christian. That's why we have a lot of kids. That's why we're married at a young age. You know what I mean? We were Christian, salt of the earth people. Then you find out, not only does the dude fucking his sisters, but he's also having affairs. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, getting back to Ashley Madison.
Yeah.
So Ashley Madison, you see, like we just showed Skip the website, and you go there, and then they say, okay, if you give us an extra $15, we'll scrub all your information. Like, say if you want to leave it. Say you get on for like 2 weeks. Like, oh, I did the wrong thing. You know what I mean? I don't want to do this anymore. You pay them extra $15. They'll scrub all your information so nobody can find it.
Okay.
What the hackers found out is they not doing that. They just, because you don't know nothing about computers, I don't know nothing, you believe them. But your shit is still there. So the hackers went and was able to find shit like that. So then the hackers went to Ashley Madison like, yo, y'all fucking scammers, B. You know what I'm saying? Y'all shit ain't even lost. You know what? We about to expose all y'all. So here. So they expose everybody. So now basically you can't go to the web. Like, who would use the website now?
Yeah, because
you know what I mean?
information is out there.
They lost a lot of money. And they're losing a lot of money.
But dude, first of all, you figure every single person who's on a website could possibly sue them.
Yep.
They got like fucking 10, 12 million people
And these
on the website.
millionaire bosses on this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And plus, remember, the old thing is, Skip, you, me, or Eric, if we're on this, we're not going to get caught because our name won't pop.
Exactly.
They looking through that list to see who name pops. You know what I'm saying? You a senator? Are you Jay-Z? Are you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They looking because it's like 20
Your
million
information
people
is
on it.
out there, just like that.
So nobody care about Joe Blow who lives in like Waukesha, Wisconsin. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Unless now all of a sudden, how valuable does this information become if you want to start selling to people? Like, if I know that you're married, Skip, you're a married man, and somebody wants to sell that information to somebody who's a rival of yours. Like, just say if they can find that out, possibly. Just say if they can find out of somebody who's a friend of yours. You know what I mean? Like,
I got some information on Bam that he cheated.
Right.
Yeah.
And it could not even be for profit. It could just be just to fuck up, like, just to fuck up a random person's life. Like, yo, you know what?
What's going on.
I'm gonna send this nigga account to Skip's wife's best friend. I'm just send her account. I don't know Skip. I don't know his wife. I mean, I just to fuck up a nigga life.
It's crazy. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah. So
Definitely crazy.
I think the moral of that story is
Be faithful.
Yeah.
no, go get hookers, nigga, and give aliases, nigga.
Okay, so, other news moving on. The Donald.
The Donald's back. You know there's not a politic deal without the.
But
Donald,
I want to
right?
ask you a question before we even get into
Me
it.
too.
To it.
Me too.
The reporter that pressed him, the journalist.
Jorge Ramos from Univision.
He was in the right? Because he's a journalist and he want to get his question off, and Donald's been avoiding him.
Well, I think you can. I don't want to say he was in the right.
He's a journalist.
But I think you can say that.
Isn't that what journalists do? I mean, if TMZ...
Okay, wait. There's different people. Like, okay, there's journalists and there's editorialists. And because the way news is structured right now, it's kind of hard to tell the difference. But like, say on like MSNBC or CNN or whatever like that.
Okay.
After 8 o'clock, you have editorialists. If you give your opinion, you're an editorialist. You're not a journalist. As a journalist, you're not supposed to give your opinion. That's why
Facts.
You're supposed to ask questions.
And that's what he was there to do.
Right, but he didn't ask questions. The only problem is he said, Mr. Trump, you cannot build a wall 2,000 miles. You cannot, like, I mean...
His whole campaign.
Maybe the question will come after, but that's not a question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The question would be, Mr. Trump, how can you build... How are you going to be able to fund building? You know what I'm saying? Why do you want to build? But that's what a journalist is supposed to do.
Okay.
An editorialist, someone who's editorializing, just giving their opinions, like even in this newspaper, even though it's a tabloid, talking about Daily News, y'all, they have an editorial section where it's your opinion, where you would say, "Yo, I'm Eric, I'm with Black Lives Matter, and I want to do this." You're not a journalist because you have a objective. You have an agenda.
But his aggression came from not being able to get his question and getting him to sit down and talk to him.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Okay, but
is Donald's trying to build a wall? Can you tell the listeners what's going on with Donald and why this editorial guy or this journalist is asking him these questions?
Great point. So, the Donald wants to build a wall along the Mexican border, which is like 2,000 miles, some shit like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which is going to cost like $300 billion, which we can't afford. You can't do it. Because remember, there's a lot of this shit is desert.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, who's going to do that type of labor? Who does that type of labor?
The same people he trying to keep out of the country.
Yeah. So it's absolutely insanity. It makes no sense. But certain people hear it and they're like, hell yeah, you're going to do something. You know what I mean? It's that stupid Like, well, at least he's doing something. No, you can do the wrong thing and set yourself back further. So Jorge Ramos is worried